Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's edition of the Faithful Dogs podcast. I am Tyler Johnson. I am joined by Jack Robinson, Zach DeFranco. Gentlemen, how are we doing on this Wednesday evening?
Doing great. I'm doing great. I'm glad to be back. Yeah. What's up, Jack?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's not as cold today, so it's a good day.
It's colder than I want it to be still.
It's colder than I want it to be, but we can't be too picky around here.
We always can be too picky around
here.
We
can always be too picky.
We live in Ohio. We're allowed to be picky when it comes to the weather. But everyone that's joining us tonight on Facebook, on Twitter, if you guys are joining us from these two platforms, we ask that you would make yourself over to the YouTube channel. Come over there, subscribe to the channel for free. Drop a like on this video, which helps the Network 216 YouTube algorithm grow. That really helps the channel grow. So if you guys would please go over, subscribe to the channel if you're new, like the video. We really would appreciate that. Before we get into tonight's fun episode with Mock Drafts 2.0, we do want to take a second just to hear from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy.
What's up, everybody? We know that daily fantasy never stops, and Network 216 is proud to be a partner with Underdog Fantasy. Very simple to use. All you have to do is go to underdogfantasy.com, and you will just click the sign in button. You'll create an account if you haven't done so already. If you've not created an account, it'll ask you to enter a code. Enter code 216, and they will double your first deposit up to $100. Underdog Fantasy, live draft lobbies that you get to compete with you and your friends. It's no salary cap like DraftKings and FanDuel. You get to go to a draft lobby, pick the players you want, or you can do daily pick'ems, which give you access to all the NFL and NBA games for you to make your picks every single night. Again, go to underdogfantasy.com or use the Underdog Fantasy app on iOS or Android. Use code 216 to double your first deposit up to $100. Sign up today.
All right, gentlemen, we do have just some brief Browns news here. Obviously, offseason workouts started this week, so players are officially arriving in Berea. I think just real quick on that, because that's really the only thing that's happened that's noteworthy, is the fact that pretty much everybody's there. Yep. The culture has completely changed. And I'm not here. This isn't taking shots at Baker Mayfield or anything along those lines. There's a different culture here with Deshaun Watson leading this team, and you can just see it. Everybody is there at OTAs, and that's something that in years past was not the case.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, even just like how we got news from Deshaun, how they've been just working out. Offense has been going, working out, but it's not on social media. You know what I mean? It's not just like constant, like Camp Mayfield, stuff like that. Like we said, we're not taking shots, but it's like they don't have to show that they're working. It's expected of them, and they're just getting it done. So
Exactly. Anyone who's in the chat, feel free. We're going to put up PFF here in just a second. We want to hear your comments, any questions you guys have on prospects, players, possible trade-up scenarios. Feel free to drop them in the comments. What's up, Andrew Ainsley? How you doing? There you go, Zach.
Yeah.
Real quick, by the way, we do have to say before we get started, congratulations to Zach DeFranco.
Hey,
he is now an engaged man.
Yes.
So
as of Easter, Easter, yep. Get to marry my best friend, bro. You can't ask for anything better than that. Appreciate you guys.
That was the weakest clap, but again, there's only two of us, so
Look, I don't want to clap into the mic. It might.
But anyway, MC Lawrence, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Already said Andrew. Andrew, we appreciate you joining. Keith, thank you, man, for joining. All right. We're not going to continue shots.
I could use a Peloton bike, honestly.
We all could if we could pay for it. I would love it. if I can hit on a ridiculous parlay, maybe. Anyway, time to get to the fun stuff here. So I'm going to share my screen. I haven't started this draft yet because what I'm going to do, I'm not going to have this going fly speed because I think what's going to be interesting, how this board falls. If Jack Campbell is there in the 50s, do the Browns consider that? So right now, we're just going to start it. I'm going to have it here at fast instead of turbo, and then I'm going to stop it at 50, and we'll see if you guys are interested in potentially making a trade here. So like we did last week, Jack, obviously we did picks we would make. I think this time maybe we try and stick a little bit more to what we
Yeah.
think Andrew Berry would do. Okay. So right here, Trenton Simpson is gone. So if you watched Jacob Roach and I mock draft 8.0 dueling mocks, I traded up for Trenton Simpson at pick 59. The Steelers take him at 49 because of course they do.
Of course they do.
At this point, okay. This is okay. Well, this is interesting. So the first line, unless I missed it, guys, and if I did, tell me. I did miss it. Poop. Okay, never mind. Jack Campbell is gone at pick 39, which is expected. That was the guy I was looking for. Is there anyone else that you guys like? Would you be interested in trading up here if Campbell and Trenton Simpson are off the board, or you just want to keep going? No one to me comes to mind because if I was going to trade up, we know the Browns have met with Trenton Simpson, and they would have to trade up to get him. I personally wouldn't trade up if Jack Campbell and Simpson are gone, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know anyone else at a different position that I would think is worth the trade up. Like those two are like the main standouts that if those guys are still available that early into this or like kind of that in the middle of the second round, you could justify wanting to trade up. But I don't think that there's anyone else at another position of need that we really would want. That I don't see Andrew Berry trading up for. So I
like Keanu Benton, but I don't believe. I don't know. I don't think trading up for him is the right move. If he falls to you, great. He's not a guy I would trade up for personally.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tough. Okay. We'll just continue it. We'll have it go, and we can speed it up here. We'll just have it go to pick 74, and we'll see who will be available when we're on. Well, that didn't speed it up at all. Okay. Good job, PFF. At least it's actually moving this time, Jack. Last time it just froze.
Yeah, it was going a little slow.
Okay. So what positions do you guys want to take a look at here? At pick 74, man, there is some talent available. I'll tell you that. What position do you want to look at particularly?
BPA. Let's go.
Okay, it's right there in front of you. Tanner McKee is the top guy. Hodges Tomlinson is top. Zach Charbonnet here is very interesting because I think he's a top 50 pick. So that's the fact he's there. Jordan Battle.
Jordan Battle's a good one.
Isaiah McGuire is
definitely either like an edge or a safety, or I mean, I guess there's not really a really high rating D tackle.
I'm gonna highlight Carl Brooks for a second, and I'm gonna tease this. So, guys, we do have an announcement coming up on Friday.
Yes,
that's all I'll say. That's all I'll leave it at. An exclusive interview on the channel. That's all I'll leave it at. Okay.
So,
anyway,
realistically, right here. So, if you're the Browns, you're in this position.
Yeah.
Are you thinking safety? Do you think Andrew Berry's thinking safety? Do you think he's thinking interior defensive line? What do you guys really think he would be going with right here?
I think so. I'm scrolling up right here. He's been falling a lot in recent mocks. If Antonio Johnson, I think, gets there, I think they're pulling the trigger because he meets everything they look for. He's a 6'2", 198-pound safety that can play pretty much everywhere. So I think that is the perfect fit for what they're looking for if he gets there. Keanu Benton went at 66. Now, if you get in this range of Keanu Benton's there, they could trade up. But in this one, he went 66, which that's a lot. That's a lot lower than he's gone in the past. I think he's going. So this is where I'm at. Safety absolutely is on the board.
Yeah.
Defensive end, and there are some edge prospects there. I'm not saying he's taking a corner, but if like a top guy falls, we've seen him do it before. He would take a guy. Jack, I told you this last week too. I'm not ruling out.
Yeah.
I'm not ruling out running back. If their guy falls, and Tank Bigsby again is basically a guy that was in a terrible situation in Auburn and still averaged 5.5 yards a carry, 10 touchdowns, 30 receptions. I mean, he's a former 4-star prospect coming out of Auburn. So there's a number of different ways they can go. I think if I had to pick 5 prospects that they would look at here, Tank Bigsby's one. Jamie Robinson's another. Isaiah McGuire, so that's 3. Let me see.
Jordan Battle,
yep, 4, and then Derek Hall, 5. Those are so edges, safeties, and then one running back.
Yeah.
So where would you guys go here? I think for me, if this is me making this pick, like I'm doing one of my daily mocks, I am probably going to lean. Man, this is tough, dude.
It is tough.
I'd probably lean edge.
I'm tempted to lean edge. Derek Hall is, let me see his age, 22. Man, he'd be one of the older players they've drafted. But I mean, you're in the third round at this point. I would probably go, yeah. So, what are your guys? I would probably go Derek Hall here. I would go Derek Hall here if it was me making this pick, because there's no one now. Marvin Mims, I believe, is still available, and so is Dorian Williams. But I think you can get those guys. Well,
Yeah.
Marvin Mims, you can't. Okay, so
Mims is still there.
There's
And
Gervon
Dexter.
Dexter.
Gervon Dexter is a.
I am very.
Interesting.
I'll admit, if we take him, I'm not going to be disappointed. It doesn't really wow me.
He needs a lot of development, but like
He does.
he's
That's the
so
problem.
he's so athletic. Like, I mean, just looking at his stats, I mean, he had a 4.8 40 time, and he's like 300
nuts.
pounds. Like that's just insane athleticism. And I mean, you can't teach that kind of stuff, but the numbers aren't exact. They don't jump off the page at you. So
this one's
obviously,
worrying.
that's the main thing, is that if you look at the individual stats, it's not anything that's going to blow you away. It's really like how much do you think you can develop him?
Andrew Berry has never taken a guy that has this low of a pass rush, like overall. Like, that's just something to keep in mind. I'm not saying he won't this year, and he has visited with the Browns. They've met with him multiple times, I think 3 times combined. I'm probably going edge, or I'm going safety.
Yeah,
I think edge and safety.
I
the
would
two
go
safe
edge.
ones.
Okay.
I think I would go edge.
Tackle is low-key a move they could do too. Okay, so if we're going edge, who do you guys like? Isaiah McGuire, Derek Hall, Carl Brooks.
I'm kind of a fan of Isaiah McGuire,
Same.
honestly. So like, that's just me. I don't know about you, Tyler. I'm sure you.
I
have
love
more...
McGuire, dude. I love McGuire. It's just rare that Derek Hall gets this low.
Yeah,
and that's why, like, because here's the thing: we can go one of two ways. We can grab McGuire and then probably come back and get Jamie Robinson, or we grab Jamie Robinson, come back and get McGuire. Like, it's that. I mean, that's how easy that is. Derek Hall, I don't think is going to be there. So
that's why it's almost like I'm trying to draft from like the position of, do we think Derek Hall is actually going to be at this position when we get here?
Because if he gets there, in the
if he gets there, it's like
obvious.
I think
they take him.
They take
like,
him. But
yeah.
it's like, do we really think that this is a realistic scenario, or is this just the PFF mock just being weird?
They ranked him. I will say they ranked him lower. So they change these rankings very often.
Yeah, he's lower than McGuire now.
They've brought him lower. That's interesting. Okay, you guys pick the player.
Zach, you want to go McGuire, or you want to go Derek Hall because he's in a weird spot?
Well, I like Derek Hall just because he's way faster off the ball as well. I like Derek Hall, but
okay.
Yeah, let's go with Derek Hall.
Derek Hall's the pick. All right, I picked 74.
Okay, like a D-.
Dude,
it gave us like a D for Jamie Robinson when we took him with our first pick last week.
He did get pushed around in the Senior Bowl, but I mean, you look at the rest of this tape, Derek Hall has been pretty effective. And if he's not even projected to be there, if Derek Hall gets there, I think the Browns are very interested.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with you, Larry, though. The Senior Bowl was a little concerning. I also see, like, I'm not a Dexter fan either. I'm not going to be upset if they take him. I'm not, because I get it, but I feel like it's more of a reach. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Keith. That's where I'm at, Keith. I think they want Jamie. I believe it. Okay, so Jamie Robinson is gone. That's sad. This is depressing, actually. Wow.
Yeah, that is a rough.
Okay, so here's where we can go, guys. Dorian Williams is available at linebacker. Actually, I'm just going to pull up some positions here. We'll go running back, wide receiver, safety,
and interior defense.
I'm even going to pull this up again here. One sec. The reason I'm pulling edge up again, Carl Brooks is an end that has defensive tackle versatility, so he can play inside out. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm going to put that there, because they love that flexibility. Jack Duffin had Tyjae Spears as a running back that he believes would be at the top of the Browns list, due to age and everything they look for in the position. So he's one to keep an eye on. Man, Sean Tucker, I like him a lot. Ronnie Hickman is obviously from Ohio State. I like JL Skinner. I think if I was going safety, that's where I would go. Tyler Scott is available. Man, that's tempting. There are some really good receivers here. What are you? Oh, Jonathan Mingo's there.
Okay. I kind of regret not drafting Robinson though, but
I do too. I will say they must have changed his just today. I've been getting him at pick 98 very often. Cowboys took him, of course they did. Okay, so what position are you guys looking at here? There are some names that I also Tyler Scott meets the guardrails they look for.
Yeah.
Tyjae Spears does. Carl Brooks is another prospect that technically meets what they look for. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else that's Trey Palmer meets all the criteria. Mingo meets all but one. So those are the options there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not really a fan of any of the safeties at this spot right here. So I feel like when we were looking at it last week, we almost were saving the wide receiver for some place further down. I honestly wouldn't have any issue with going with Scott right now. Just because of the fact that he's a really solid wide receiver. That, I mean, obviously you're picking him up way earlier than I think he was even projected in our last draft that we did last week. But just how solid he is, and I just am not really sure about a lot of these safeties. I mean, I agree with Zach. I wish almost we had known that
Robinson.
This is how thin the safety class is going to be. 20 spots down.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I would have definitely wanted to focus on getting Robinson, but I mean,
I will tell you guys, if you guys are dead set on even interested in the safety, JL Skinner out of Boise State's who I would look at personally. Tyler Scott on Dane Brugler's big board is ranked the 7th best wide receiver, and he actually posted on Twitter recently that's one of his favorite prospects. So I mean, take that for what it's worth. I mean, I trust Dane Brugler's insight up there with anybody. So take that for what it's worth. I mean, I think if you can get him at pick 98 here, it's an absolute steal, and I think the Browns would do it. All else fails, he says, grab Scott or Mingo. I love Jonathan Mingo. I absolutely love Mingo. I'm willing to go wherever you guys are, but I think Jack, you like Tyler Scott. I like Jonathan Mingo. Zach, where are you at? Mingo or Tyler Scott?
Damn. Why is it always gotta be Zach?
Well, because
it's a democracy. We're democratizing here.
And Jack already said something. That's
cool. If I had to go here, I think I would have to go Tyler Scott.
Okay, that's fair. All right. I'll just cry myself to sleep tonight.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, we're taking Tyler Scott at pick 98. By the way, guys, we're ignoring the grade that PFF is getting us because their rankings don't match up with a lot of other sites either. Every site is different. So just take that for what it's worth. I don't read too much into what we get graded on this. We just try and do the best we can.
Anthony Johnson's still there.
Jail.
Skinner's still there too.
Skinner's there. Dorian Williams, Tyjae Spear. Oh my goodness.
Where did Mingo fall? Where did Mingo fall?
Mingo, I think, is gone.
Yeah, where did he go?
He went. He did what?
No, he's still here.
Oh, there you go. See,
we can't double up.
We can't double up on receiver.
So
now right here, if he is there at 111, I think they pull the trigger.
Yeah,
he's 6'8", 3. Now he needs to build his frame, but he can do. They would be able to mold him. He is huge. 6'8", 302 pounds, only going to be 22 years old. I think that he is the offensive tackle that meets every one of their criteria. That is going to be a realistic player they could add. So Blake Freeland, remember that name at offensive tackle. Also, if you guys, I'm looking at PFF, so if any like comments or questions come up, feel free just to share them, just because I can't see them all. Okay, JL Skinner is up there for me. Dorian Williams, I think you might be able to get. I think could get him a little later. Tajay Spears is still there. Sean Tucker is still there. Ivan Pace. I just had a tweet about him today, but we might be able to get him next round. I think we can actually. Jair Brown is interesting. Nick Saldiveri, Jack, we talked about him last week.
Did.
I think he would be moved to guard though.
Yeah, he would be moved
So
to guard.
I don't know if they would take him here. Where are you guys leaning? I think you
Skinner.
guys know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I think we need a Skinner, a safety, and I think Skinner
Skinner
is
safety.
a Skinner safety, because I mean, especially at this point, I mean, we're wide receiver, defensive end. They're gonna want to get a center somewhere way before this, but just with the way that we're currently going, then yeah, I think Skinner's definitely the pick that they would take. Just get that safety that you want to have up behind Grant.
Play in the slot.
Yeah, and
Literally.
At 6'4".
Yeah.
I mean, I think at this point it's a great
What would
pick.
you
So
do with that? What would you do with that defensive back room, Tyler? Like Emerson, Newsome, Ward.
I
Skinner.
expect. I don't think Emerson's starting. I think
No?
Newsome starts,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
and I think I think they're just going to continue to rotate, and they're going to put as many different look. They're going to draft so many. Like, I think they're going to take a safety and a corner, whether we do or not. Just depends on how the board falls, but. I do think they're going to take those two positions and they're going to move as many guys around as possible and create as many different looks. We might even see Denzel Ward in the slot from time to time this year. Seriously, I think they're going to. I think Schwartz is going to move everybody around. So I love JL. So are we good with JL Skinner here?
yeah, 100%.
Perfect. Okay, he's the pick. Let's see. Tajay Spears gone. Sad. Jonathan Mingo goes to Jacksonville. Oh, Ivan Pace. That hurts. That really hurts.
Tyler wants a do-over.
I wish we could, dude. Oh, we missed on linebacker. Okay. Okay, no, we didn't. Another guy that I haven't studied a ton, but he meets all the guardrails the Browns look for, Noah Sewell out of Oregon. He does meet everything. Huh?
Is Tutu not there? Tutu and Taki. I saw that tweet earlier, bro. I was like, that would be an hilarious linebacker duo.
Oh,
is that how you pronounce Henry To'o's name?
Henry To'otoa?
Oh,
Yeah.
Tutu.
Maybe it is Tutu, dude. I don't know.
No,
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of him.
Man. It's To'otoa.
Dude, he's older.
Tutu sounds way better.
He's older and he's not that quick or anything about his game is really that impressive.
But dude, I can call him Tutu.
I think personally here, like, I think you got to go Sewell because if you don't, you're really
scraping the bottom of the barrel for linebacker.
Like you're kind of. I'll be honest. I think we kind of screwed ourselves earlier. I think we should have gone Jamie Robinson first. I think we all agree.
That was a big misplay by us. Like,
and then because we could have then, yeah. Oh well.
You know what the issue? You know what the issue was, Tyler? I think the issue is that all of our other drafts that Jamie Robinson has been available in that at that pick 98. So I think that we assumed, probably still going to be available there. And now that obviously PFF has changed his rating, I think he's not really going to be available. So I'm sure if we had known that, we would have prioritized safety way before, like at pick 70.
Fair.
So
that's a fair statement that you just made.
I think it is just one of those things where it's like we just didn't expect his value to rise so quickly. I guess it's not it didn't rise like insanely, but it rose enough that he's just not going to be available in most of these mocks at pick 98.
And I see some things about, isn't he slow? I mean, for a linebacker, ran a 4.6. I mean, I'll take that.
And if
3.38, 8.38 RAS score.
And the Browns are going to be, the Browns are going to be really blitz heavy this year. And I think he's like a great linebacker for that.
Yeah, I do too. I'm all for it. He is a little small. Dude, every linebacker in this class is really small. So it's just the way it is. I know guys want like people aren't like taking small linebackers, but when all of them are small, besides Jack Campbell, you pretty much have to. So, all right, Noah Sewell here.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
I think that's
I'm
the
down
pick.
for it.
Let's do it. All right, there it is.
This is around the time in Madden where I like simulate the rest of my draft. So
All right. All right. Deuce Vaughn is still there.
Ooh,
Keaton Mitchell, Chase Brown.
Deuce
Zach
Vaughn's still there.
Zach Kuntz is interesting for a tight end because he is the best tight end tester of all time. The fact he got a 10 RAS score at tight end is nuts to me. I can't believe Parker Washington is available this late. Starling Thomas is interesting because I do think they will take a corner, but we already took JL Skinner to play slot. But just keep in mind, this dude's got like 4.3 speed.
Yeah.
And if they want to add a corner, I think he is one that they would look for. He's a very solid football player. So just one, actually ran a 4.29, I think. Davis Allen is there. Jack, we talked about him.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually. They have clearly changed some of these up since I did this.
They're
like 2 days ago.
Different. Now again, this is going to be one of those picks where it's like, so do we expect them to make 2 back-to-back picks? Or are they trading one of these back? And
right now, unfortunately, we weren't even offered a trade.
Oh wait,
no one wanted our pick.
What the? Oh, they didn't want our pick. That is actually maybe they'll want 142. We'll see if they want 142.
This is true. Schwartz is not known for blitzing all the time, but he will blitz. Like he'll mix it up on defense. Yeah. Larry never forced a pick at a position. Yeah, I agree. But I think also Sewell in that consideration meets all the guardrails they look for. Larry, that we do only have 5 cornerbacks, but keep in mind if JL Skinner is playing your slot corner, that's another cornerback basically that can also play in the slot. And we will have undrafted free agents. Anthony Kendall out of Baldwin Wallace is a name I would look for. The Browns have met with him 3 times per Anthony Kendall. All right, guys. Where we look at, I love Deuce Vaughn here, but I think just to mix it up because we took him last week.
Yeah.
Did you guys take him around this pick too?
Yeah.
I think we actually took him earlier. I think we took him at 120.
Oh, we did.
126, I think. I think we took him.
Yeah, because he was higher up.
Yeah.
So
actually, this might be better value overall.
I think I'm looking tight end, personally.
Well, is that you said Zach Kuntz was still available?
He
or was he not available?
Maybe he got drafted. Wow. Wait. Oh, maybe that he got drafted just before we picked.
Oh.
No.
Did
I miss something? Dude, I'm losing my mind. Okay, there he is. So this 10 RAS score. He is obviously coming from Old Dominion. He is older. He's going to be 24, but you're late in the draft. He's 6'7", 255 pounds. I mean,
he's a beast.
I think you want to go for it?
Yeah, I think Mikey P. Just do it for Mikey P, bro.
And again, we were not off.
No trades.
Okay, ideally, guys, what we would do is one of these picks would be traded.
Yeah,
and actually, if someone was offering a trade, I was going to look at it just to see what we could get.
Yeah.
But okay. Now we didn't take a running back. I think this is where.
So do we want to just say, like, should we look at Deuce Vaughn specifically, or should we be looking at tackle potentially?
Man, there's no one that really stands out as far as tackle. This is interesting. I'm not even gonna try and say Israel Abanaconda. Yeah, he's there. I mean, okay. Here are the running backs that are available, and when I mean like available, it's an insane list.
Yeah,
by the way,
jeez.
This is the most underrated back in this class. I'm just telling you. 9.88 RAS score. And he's being overlooked because he went to Northwestern and played for a terrible team. That's all I'm saying. What do you guys want to do here with this pick? I think this is a prime spot to get one of these running backs while it's a loaded list. Mm-hmm. But what are your guys' thoughts?
Well,
We got
I mean,
3 picks left.
I mean, we obviously already took Deuce Vaughn in our last list, but that was 2 picks ago. That was at 126. So now we're at 142. And you have to wonder, do you think that this is just a better value overall? Or would you rather go and try to get, because I mean, like just considering the depth, but we have to wait until 190 again.
Is
So I
Larry
feel like
talking about Evans? Is that
Let me see.
Tyon Evans? Is that his
Evans?
name? Tyon
Zach Evans?
No, not
No,
Zach
wait.
Evans. Zach Evans, he's from Ole Miss.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. Oh, Tyon Evans. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to rely on that guy though to give me reps. I'm good with him in the 7th, like as an undrafted guy. I'm
So here's,
just
not
not.
an
here's the
undrafted
thing.
guy.
So you're basically drafting your. I know we got Jerome Ford, but you're
Your
kind of
third
drafting
running
your
back.
Your guy
or,
that you
or even second running back. You
Or
never know.
second
We
running
don't
back.
really
Yeah,
know what Jerome
know
Ford
what.
is.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, it
I
really
like
comes
Vaughn.
down to well, because Vaughn gives you something in the pass game, and that's what we really needed last year. Like me and Tyler were talking about it last show. Is just he gives you so much in the passing game, and then obviously if you have him in a rotation with guys like Chubb and Jerome Ford, then you have a lot of different options for what you can do with guys in the backfield. And I think that they're really going to try to get guys out there that can help Deshaun on the run, help Deshaun just in those kind of short passing situations where you just need a couple of yards. And I think that he's a guy who can do that. Now, the thing is, though, do they want him? Do they want that guy to be their second back? Like what like we don't really know what's going on with Jerome.
Here's the thing with Deuce Vaughn, and I think so. I saw his testing numbers, and they were not very good. I don't think, and given his size, it pains me to say it, I don't think he's gonna be on their board. I just because he didn't test well. He also does not meet really any of the guardrails they look for. So that's kind of a problem. Just being like that definitely is a little worrisome to me. I really want him, but I just think now he's out of their range. Keaton Mitchell is interesting. We kind of talked about him, Jack. The more I think about the fact Israel is here,
Yeah.
really makes me think he's Dane Brugler's ninth ranked running back.
And during our running back video, Tyler, with me, you, and Nick Carnes, dude, like that's who I was talking about, bro. He fits what you kind of want on that running back room.
Yeah, he does.
Dude, look at his numbers last year, dude.
The only one that's worrisome is yards after contact, but he didn't really play for that great of a team. Yeah. I mean, Pitt was solid, but they weren't like anything special. What do you guys think? What do you want to do? Right, for me, I think I would go either Israel or I would look at Keaton Mitchell.
Well, I mean, I think if especially just considering just the value and the scores that Israel brings to the table, I feel like if we got to this position and he was available, I think that obviously, again, assuming that this pick doesn't just get traded back immediately. If we're looking at this as like pick 140, like are we choosing between our last pick and this guy and Israel? Like I think Israel is probably the overall better pick than Keaton
If we're
Mitchell.
looking at guys that meet their guardrails, Israel meets Israel across the board checks all the boxes. The other just ones that do, just to give you guys an idea, the other ones that do that are currently available, Keaton Mitchell and Evan Hall. Those are the only other running backs that technically meet all of the criteria they're looking for. So I'm good with Israel if you guys are. I think that's a home run.
Yeah, I'm down with Israel.
Yep.
I mean, Dane Brugler has him as a 3rd to 4th round pick. There's so much talent in this running back class. It's just they're going to get one. It's just a matter of when. Just a matter of when. There's so much talent in this class. All right, we're at pick 190 now. Coming up here. All right. So Dorian Thompson-Robinson goes to the Bucks. That's interesting. I was looking to snag him. Now we get offered a trade. I mean, what are they willing to give up? Let's see. 190. Can I get a 5th? Nope. Can I get a 6th? No. Okay.
6% chance of getting accepted.
Yeah, forget it. Now I will tell you, if you hit the offer trade after 5 times, I don't force trades, but that's when it would not let you trade anymore. But if you keep hitting it, sometimes they'll accept it. That's just a little
glitch in the system.
Glitch in their system.
Yep.
Okay. Now you're getting to this point, and you're looking just for talent.
Yeah. You're just looking for BPA.
I will tell you, they have absolutely changed their board. Like, it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is completely barren down here now.
Jack, this is night and day.
This is completely different. It is so different now.
Okay. We've gotten defensive end. Yep. Got Derek.
Yeah,
we got Derek Hall.
yeah.
Okay. We took
A safety.
Tyler Scott. Yeah, we took
a
Tyler
wide
Scott.
receiver.
Took JL Skinner. We've not technically taken a defensive tackle, I believe.
We took
I don't believe.
tight end. Took a running back.
Trying to see who. I'm trying to look at guardrails here and see if any of. Okay, let's see. Is any of these guys still available that meet their guardrails?
That's in Bennett right there. Boom.
Yes, sir.
Dude, he might even get drafted, and that would just be hilarious to me.
I don't think he's going to get drafted. I just have a feeling.
I have a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night. Okay. Oh, there he is, Jack. But I'm not taking him this early.
Yeah, it is still just a touch too early because we might be able to just sneak.
Do we go quarterback?
I don't think it'll hurt. Just looking at guys that are there.
They had Clayton Tune in, and they've met with Clayton Tune.
But were we talking about Malik Cunningham yet last week? Is that
we
another
did?
guy who we were talking
basically,
about?
he seems to be a running back in a quarterback's body.
Okay. Yeah, and that doesn't really work.
I mean, I think if we're taking QB, I think Clayton Tune they've had connections to him first off, so makes a lot of sense.
If you're looking at a guy in the sixth round at this point just to be a possible backup, then I definitely think that Clayton Tune would work. Stetson Bennett is already on his pension because he's so old.
I'll pass there.
I mean, obviously, Malik Cunningham, he's not really a quarterback. I mean, I feel like if we're at this point and really we don't want to reach too hard for a defensive lineman. I think a quarterback is probably just the safest way to go, unless somebody here really, jumps out at you. Because I'm not really seeing anything.
No one sticks out to me. I think this is a prime spot for quarterback, and I think it's so weird. As I was doing my mock the other day, Thompson-Robinson was still there,
and Bryce Ford-Wheaton went right after him.
Yeah. I think they go QB. I do think they're going to grab a quarterback in this draft.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know how much they really think that the current quarterback room is going to stay the way it is. Like, I mean, I think we all like love crap. Oh gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Like Josh Dobbs. Like we all love Josh Dobbs and Kellen Mond. Well, I mean Kellen Mond, I feel like most people don't even care about, but Josh Dobbs for sure. Like he's
the backup.
Yeah, he's the backup. And I mean, it really just comes down to do they think that Josh Dobbs is going to be the backup long term? Would they rather have a guy like Clayton Tune in there? Like, I mean, I guess it really just will come down to how much they appreciate Josh Dobbs's just relationship with Deshaun. So
I think price-wise, they rather draft a guy and hope that he can take over because it's going to be cheaper that way. I mean, I think you're paying Dobbs $2 million. If you can draft Clayton Tune and he becomes that guy, you're paying him like $500,000 or something like that. I mean, you're not paying him much. So, okay, all right. Zach weighs in. Just
you want to know why I'm upset at Kellen Mond is because he took number 7, dude, and I really wanted Ogbo to be 007 to be his nickname.
He can't. The NFL wouldn't allow it.
Really?
Yeah, for defensive ends.
I thought that was the whole rule that got changed. Yeah.
It's for linemen, apparently. That's the issue.
Oh, well, then never mind. Kellerman, my bad, bro.
Yeah, Larry, Dobbs will be the backup.
We're
I
not
do think they
saying
want to
just-
try and carry 3 quarterbacks, so.
Yeah, we're not even saying that like Dobbs is gone. We're just saying more so like in the future is Dobbs going to be like the long-term backup behind Deshaun, or would they rather bring in a guy and have him be in the room and then obviously at some point move him into that backup role?
So, Zach, here's our guy that Jack and I talked about last week. So when you get to the 7th round and you're looking for just a guy that you think can contribute or even potentially make the roster, he's not the biggest guy. I mean, you can see he's only 6'1", 302 pounds, but 80.5 overall grade. That pass rush grade's a 79. That's elite. Run defense grade 75.4. That's elite. True pass set rush grade 90. Elite. And then your pass rush win rate, which Andrew Berry, this is one of the key stats he looks for in defensive linemen right here, 11.3%.
Yeah.
So we talked about it. He doesn't play a lot of snaps. He was a rotational guy at Alabama. I mean, he still played at Alabama, but he was only a rotational guy. So, Jack, I don't know. I know we normally go like try and want to switch it up a little bit, but I think when you get this late, you're still looking for that potentially best player.
I mean, you're looking for best player available at this far down, unless like you really have a guy that you think has dropped in value and that is because I mean, who else is even available down here in the absolute depths?
Like, dude, no, I mean here, like nobody, dude. We got offered a trade. Okay, whatever. A bunch of linebackers that aren't great. A center, I don't think they're doing that because they still have Nick Harris. They still have they have Posick and Dawson Deaton coming back. I don't think we should forget that we drafted him last year and then he suffered an injury. So I'm saying they have 3 centers right now.
Yeah, I mean, no one here is a guy that you feel like it has really fallen from some sort of projection and has made it so that like, oh yeah, that's a guy that is a steal at this position. Like,
I'm curious about something.
I think DJ Dale is just like a solid, best player available at that position, and it's a position that the Browns could really use a guy, breaking out from a low API. Like I think that's like just a smart move, just in terms of just the value that you get from him, and just look at the statistics. Just I mean his overall, an 11.3 pass rush win rate is really good for a guy that you're getting in the 7th round, and played in Alabama.
Zach, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree because I mean he can come in and be another rotational piece on our defensive line too. So it's not like he has to come in and be forced into anything major on our defensive line. So I would, those numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, and when you're getting to this point, kind of like we said, you're looking for, is there anyone in this, like at this point that could make your roster? Because we know Andrew Berry doesn't like to cut.
He doesn't like to cut guys that he just drafted.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you have to do that, then you have to. Dane Brugler has him ranked as the 19th defensive tackle on his board. So I think that's kind of interesting. But, I'm all for it. If we want to take DJ Dale here, and then that'll be our last pick, I'm all good with that.
Yeah, I think that works. I think that just makes sense. Because, again, none of these guys are really hopping out the page to me, like, and saying, like, oh, yeah, this is a guy who I had really high up, and now he's all the way down here. Like, what a great steal. It's basically like, okay, this guy is a pretty decent prospect considering just how far down on the draft we are.
Now time for Robinson, bro.
Time for PFF to kill us.
Hey,
they like Clayton Tune. They like Skinner. So it wasn't too bad.
E minus.
They gave us a higher. I'm not kidding. They gave us a higher grade than I thought they would. So just to summarize, guys, we took Derek Hall. Again, a guy don't see getting that far, but if he's there, I think they take him. Tyler Scott. I also don't. I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know how they do like their rankings and switch it up all the time and whatnot. But Tyler Scott, I don't see him being there. So he's someone they could take at 74, to be honest. But
I mean, I don't know.
I honestly love all our picks. They're very unique, and we really switched it up, Jack.
Yeah, I mean,
compared to what we did last
from
week.
last time, this is way different. I mean, I am curious though. Like, do you think that they would take Tyler Scott at 74 if he was there, or do you think that they'd be focusing more on defense?
So he is one of, I will tell you the prospects that technically at pick 74 meet like the criteria they look for. So like, and I mean, check like every box for him. Tank Bigsby, Marvin Mims, Tyler Scott. Okay. And then Javon Dexter. And that's it. Those are the 4 prospects that technically meet every box. Jamie Robinson does not. But he doesn't. He's not like negative in any of them. He's just there. Like he's just. So
last week,
in mind.
Last week you guys got Jamie Robinson at 98. So we
nearly got him at 98 today.
And we got Skinner at 111. So I mean. Hey man.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely not like what we were expecting, because I think we were expecting, okay, we get Derek Hall because he drops this far, and then Jamie Robinson get him at 98. But I mean, being able to still get Skinner at 111, that was still a pretty decent move, even though I think that we would have preferred to get Jamie Robinson and then maybe try to get a different, defensive end or tackle with our second, third round pick and our fourth round pick. Like, I think that probably, all in hindsight, that probably would have been better. But yeah, you just never know how the board's going to fall after you take that first pick.
If you look at what we did and how it matched, because we'll wrap things up. If you look at what we did and how it matches up with what the Browns would be thinking, Derek Hall is just a little bit older, but the RAS score is what they look for. Like what stands out, and he has a 9.40 RAS score. So that stands out. Tyler Scott, he's going to be only be 22 years old, so he's perfect age. RAS score 8.61. JL Skinner we don't have much data on him. He's going to be close to 23, but we don't have a RAS score. I mean, he probably would have tested pretty well, it sounds like. Noah Sewell meets their guardrails, 22 years old, 8.38 RAS score. Zach Kuntz, I will tell you, age-wise will not be there because he's going to be close to 24, but they do bend those guardrails once you get this far. 10 RAS score. That's why we took him, to be honest. Israel Abanikata, I said that completely wrong. He will only be 21. So that would stand out. And his RAS score is 9.63. And then to finish off, we don't have quarterback RAS score, but Clayton Tune, I believe, had like over an 8 RAS score. The age doesn't matter with quarterback when it comes to their guardrails, just because we don't have data on that. And then DJ Dale, I'm finding his real quick. DJ Dale, let's see. Come on, where you at, DJ? Come on, DJ. Where you at, buddy? I just saw him. Like, what gives here? DJ Dale. Wow. Okay. I did see him on here.
Can't find it, man.
Wow. Unless he's just so low that, like... Yeah, he meets it. It looks like due to age. RAS score was terrible, but he meets it due to age that late. So
okay.
We stayed pretty much, guys, within what the Browns traditionally look for. It might not be your favorite like draft picks, but this is traditionally what the Browns have looked for. No trades. We looked to trade up. We looked to trade up. Jack Campbell was gone, pick 39. Trenton Simpson, he was gone, pick 49. Thanks, Pittsburgh. Keanu Benton made the pick 64, I believe. We probably could have traded up for him, but once we stopped at pick 50, we just went through. So, and random cardboard, we would have traded, like Jack and I almost would have done last week. We would have traded either 140 or 142. No one offered. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at, guys. That was a lot of fun. I know that next week's show is going to be even better because what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to have dueling mocks. We're each going to be I mean, you guys can be on whatever site you want. I'll probably switch it up, but we're gonna go against each other, and then we're gonna have you guys vote on what mock draft you like the best. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Everyone needs to study up.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying, but you know what? It's crazy because, I'm studying with all these different mocks, and it's crazy just how different all of the different websites have everyone ranked, and how, even if you look up other people's draft boards, like where they have players ranked, and like trying to just like look at why they have them ranked there, and how they've really developed that sort of opinion for who they have at what position. And then you go and you go on PFF, and everything's completely screwed up and random. Yep. Like it really is kind of difficult trying to figure out exactly how PFF is going to rank these guys. So
before we wrap things up, guys, what is your as we're approaching the draft, and Homage does have some great new apparel coming out that we can't wait to share here in the future. What would you guys say your favorite thing is about Homage, and why, if you were someone brand new that was looking for athletic apparel, that you would go to Homage?
I would say comfortability and variety. I like their variety of like all their stuff. They always have brand new drops like every single day. That I love. Like, dude, like the emails we get about, hey, you can't say anything yet, but this is dropping in a few days, and we're like, dude, like
that's torture.
Yeah, but sales every day, variety, like they just any baseball fans out there, they have like the old Topps like baseball cards, baseball collection, sweet, dude. Man. Oh, dude, they're so sick. They're so sick.
I love it.
So yeah, I like the variety, and like I said, I always say I love the retro look, dude. That's the way I go. So getting one of those starter jackets was awesome. Needed to happen for the Browns. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean the variety, the comfort. I finally did get a Guardians one, man. I knew I had to get one.
He's wearing Homage.
I know.
Jack is wearing Homage.
I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. But
be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Be sure to like, comment, but it's insane how comfortable they are. I love the designs. Like they have designs that you don't really see anywhere else. Like it's like Zach was saying, they have the vintage stuff. They just have designs that either back in the day they used to have, or they just you won't find anywhere else. You won't find these at other sports apparel brands or anything like that. Like they really go out of their way to create like really cool, unique looking shirts that are from Homage, and they feel great, they look great, and you can buy them from any team you like, whether it's a soccer team, football team, basketball team. They have them for basically everything. So if you want something that looks cool and feels good, then you just got to go to Homage, because I think it's probably the best place to go if you want to feel like you're getting like a really cool piece of sports memorabilia that you can wear and show off to your friends and family and everyone else.
And they're based out of Columbus, so I mean,
it's local.
This is the Tyler thing. They have an entire Ohio State just collection, like just page for Ohio State stuff. Dude, my favorite. I got the shirt with the Buckeye. Oh my god,
I do too.
It's
fantastic,
so fire,
man.
Bro.
I love it. As we're wrapping things up here, Jack said basically he said everything I was going to say. So not much for me to say. Before we wrap things up, guys, we do just want to, again, you lose track of time. We do want to make sure that we hear from our partner, Betstamp.
What's up, guys? Today's podcast is brought to you by our friends over at the Betstamp app, which is helping thousands of people win at sports betting, and it's absolutely free. The same way travelers use things like Google Flights, Expedia, and other websites to find the best prices, bettors can now use the Betstamp app to do the same for sports betting. When you place a bet, the odds given by a sportsbook will determine how much you could possibly win. Even when betting on the same outcome, different sportsbooks will offer varying payouts, and those differences can be pretty big. Thankfully, Betstamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all the major sports books. You can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds from game lines, player props, and even futures bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, Betstamp users win an extra $1,000 a year just by line shopping. For example, March Madness is tipping off. You want to make sure you're going to have all the tools needed to cash in on your predictions. The tournament is filled with exciting upsides, and Betstamp will connect you with the best possible odds for every pick you make. You can find the Betstamp app in the Apple iOS Store, Google Play Store, or through your browser at www.betstamp.app. To access all these benefits, sign up using our promo code Network216, all one word, no space between network and 216, and start your journey to successfully sports betting today. If you forget to use the code upon sign up, you can always enter our code in your Betstamp account settings afterwards. So go check it out and let's make some money.
All right, gentlemen, as we wrap things up, anything else you guys want to add, and then we'll head out of here?
I really hope that if they do end up rebuilding Cleveland Brown Stadium, I really hope that if they do end up rebuilding Cleveland Brown Stadium, that they put a dang dome on the place, please, retractable or otherwise. I think they need to put one on there. I don't want to get into a whole discussion on it, but
we'll have plenty of time for that discussion.
I want a dome on the stadium. I want a retractable roof, but it's not happening. I'm telling you, it's not happening. Sorry,
this is going to be a fun conversation that we'll have. By the way, guys, stay tuned. We have the dog chug coming up literally right now. As soon as we get off. Stay tuned also to the network Twitter account at Network216. We are going to be making some announcements tomorrow, and we have a special guest appearance announcement coming out on Friday. So you guys are going to make sure you don't miss it. Be sure, again, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new to Network 216. Drop a like on today's video. We can't wait to talk to you guys all again soon. And go Browns, baby.
Go Browns.
Like, comment, and sub, and share with your friends.